Welcome to this week's Dream Car judging video here at BOTB. We'd now like to hand over to today's lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name is Santi Wilder from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has been already sent to the auditing company Assets. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and, using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning. My name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Hello, my name's Wendy Martin. I previously played for Tottenham Hotspur Ladies and currently play beach soccer for England and Great Britain.
My name's Liam Walsh. I'm a retired referee, currently an FA observer and head coach for the Middlesex Referees Academy.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Ndongta. I've been involved in football for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee, a mentor, tutor and observer.
Hi, I'm Jenna Scalacci, retired professional footballer. I'm now operations manager at Tottenham Hotspur Academy.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and I'm now a senior county referee.
Hi, I'm Joe Thompson, ex-professional footballer and now your MUTV presenter and radio score goals presenter too.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the 8 individual decisions.
Thanks, Santi. Good morning, everybody. Before I draw some lines in, I'm going to come to you, Ari. There's your dark blue cross in the centre of us all. If you could explain what you're seeing in the photograph, where you think the ball's coming in from, and then how you reach your decision, please.
Good morning, Matt. Well, I felt that the play in white, he's just about to have the ball. I look at his eyes. He's just about to close his eyes and to engage. Player in blue, I think he's already descending. He was in the jump. He's coming down. He's looking at the ball. When I cross-reference with both eye lines, I felt that the centre of the ball should be where I placed my cross.
Okay, and the ball's coming into the player in green?
Yeah, the ball is coming in and if you put the zoom in on his eyes, you can see that he's kind of flickering. He's about to close the ball and to engage with the header.
Yeah,
that's my feeling.
Great, thank you. So I'll draw some lines up. Can't really see this eye, as you said, it's sort of half closed, but you've got a fairly narrow band up. And then we have 2 good eyes in the player in blue and quite a wider spread. So, Kieran, I'll come to you next. You're the light blue cross. You're close, as close as I am to the player in green and white. What did you see?
Yes, thanks, Matt. Yeah, I very much agree with Ari. I just feel the player in green is the one that we've got to focus on here. I think the player in blue is on looking. So I didn't take a lot from his eyes. I think he's looking generally towards the player in green and at the ball possibly, but I think he's too far away to get an accurate line from. I think the player in green is at the top of his jump. I think, as Ari says, the eye is almost closed. I think that because the eye is closing, he's therefore moving towards the ball. The ball, I think, therefore, is very close. I don't think he's going backwards anymore. I think he's going forward towards the ball and meeting the ball. So I just looked at his eyes. I thought, well, I can't see anything clear there from exactly what direction he's looking at. So I just took a perpendicular line from his head to where I thought the ball was and thought it was quite close to his head. And that's why I placed my cross there. I had nothing else to go on today.
Yeah, and you didn't think the blue player was jumping, he was just on looking?
I'm not sure that he's jumping. He may be sort of slightly near, but he's certainly nowhere near the ball. He's certainly not in contention for the ball. I think this ball is coming in from left to right, directly towards the player in green, and he's not being put off by any other player.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and I'll go to my own only because I'm right up next to yours. I thought the player in green and white was just about to head the ball. He's got his arms out and he's just going to pull his head forward and head the ball directly. And I think, as Leo has always said, you head the ball with your forehead. So I've gone ever so slightly higher than you, Kieran. And I just took the blue player as just being on the ground watching the ball come over, and I try to cross-reference the eye line from the player in blue and where I thought the ball was in front of the green player. as I said, heading with his forehead, and I placed the cross there. Again, thinking it was quite imminent, ball coming left to right. Further out on the same line as my own is yours, Liam, but ever so slightly further away. What did you see?
Yes, thanks, Matt. Good morning. Couple of little different things there, really. I fully agree with you on the fact that, you know, we got the players and ex-players on the panel this morning who agree that the guy is about to head the ball. That's textbook. You know, he's hanging in the air, the arms, the neck's back. He's ready. He's got a free header, no one near him. He's going to power through the ball. And as you mentioned quite rightly, is that you head the ball with your forehead and not with the centre of your eyes. But okay, but he's got to be sort of like looking at it. So again, I looked at that line from him, but I did feel that the guy in blue gave me quite a bit of information. He wasn't going to compete for the ball, but he had a clear view of the situation. Two good eyes on his opponent and the ball, and that's what I used. He's looking in the direction of the active play, and then a cross-reference, and that's where my cross come.
Yeah, thank you. And on the same line and a little bit further away, a little bit higher, is yours, Jenna. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, quite similar to Liam there. So obviously I felt the player in white's the favourite. Ball's coming in from left to right, and I just took a lot from the player in white's body, his upper body. You can see it's arched back. So he's still got to come through the ball. So that's why I'm a little bit further out than yourself. Looking at the player in blue, I don't think he's going to get anywhere near the ball, but I took a lot from his eyes. You can see there's quite a bit of white to the left of his eyes as we're looking at him. So I put my cross a little bit over there. And as some of the judges have mentioned before, I didn't really take much from the player in white's eyes. I just used the line from his forehead, and that's where I come to my cross.
Yeah, thank you. And on the slightly lower trajectory up from Kieran's really through Aries is yours, Hugh, a little bit further away. How did you reach your decision?
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, got to say I agree. I think I just felt the ball was coming in relatively quickly, and he was about to power through and head it kind of imminently, because I agree, as has been said, it's got to be met with the forehead. So I've kind of gone just above the line of his head, because I think he's going to move his neck. He's got his neck back. He's going to move his head forward to meet it. But I also felt the ball was coming in with a bit of pace. I didn't think it was just dropping down. And the player in blue, I think he's on looking. I think he's looking at his opponent and at the ball. So I think he gives kind of a general area where he's looking at, but the height, I think, was mostly from the player in green and white.
Yeah, thank you. And as alluded to earlier, ex-player Joe, you're just above Hughes. Are you in agreement with this sort of coming in a bit quicker on the horizontal as opposed to a looping ball?
I agree with you in that sense. I do think the ball's coming a little bit flatter. The player in white is clearly the favourite, but I drew two initial lines up from the player in blue and then another one through the middle of his forehead, and then I cross-referenced with the player in white's eye that we can see a little bit, and that's where I drew my cross in the end.
Yeah, thank you. And just a little bit further away, and on that same sort of trajectory up from the player in white and green is yours, Wendy. What did you see?
Yeah, very similar to the rest of the judges, and sort of Hugh's point in terms of the ball travelling at speed. I do think the player in white and green contact is imminent and close, but I felt that the speed of the ball was coming in at quite a pace, so that's why I put the ball a little bit further away, and largely that was because I took the eye lines from the player in blue. I felt the player in blue was looking sort of a little bit more up and forward and not as far to the right. If you look at his left eye, that eye left. His left eye. I just felt sort of it was very central. He was looking sort of more forward and up, and his head is slightly tilted back as well, which is why I've put it a little bit further away. So I took a lot from the player in blue's eye line to sort of ascertain the speed of the ball. I think, and yeah, I think the player in the white and green is favourite to win the ball, and he's going to be making contact fairly soon. I think he's pretty much at the top of his jump. But because his eyes aren't quite closed yet as well, that's why I thought the ball was just a tiny bit further away, because I thought if it was closer, then his eyes might have already been closed, ready for that contact.
Yeah, and it all should be noted, I don't think it's been said, the player in blue is obviously in sharp focus, and he looks to be a little bit behind the player in green, who's slightly blurred. So the ball is coming in on a plane with the blue player looking out towards us, which helps, I think, to explain yours as well, Wendy. Okay, so we have this calculated average here, and as you see, we have three. Well, Wendy's is quite a way away from the magnifier, and we have my own and Kieran's closer. Obviously, we've had a lot of talk, all in agreement the ball's coming left to right, but the main, I think, focus of the green and white players' heading of the ball, which we all agree is just about to happen, is the pace of the ball coming in, which has given us the distance from the player in white and green away, and how far the ball has got to travel. But as ever, the players' competition go a lot by the eye lines, and I, as lead judge, I'm going to take Wendy's away. I think it's far enough outside the magnifier for me to do that. And as you see, it drops it obviously closer to my own and Kieran's, very close to Ari's still, and is sort of encompassed in it. And I do think it's a good, I wouldn't say a cluster, but a quite narrow band up from the player in white and green, and a narrow review up from the player in blue. And if I undo the last line and then redraw it in, you see we've got a fairly small sort of quadrant, really, of this. So I'll reiterate, as lead judge, I've removed Wendy's because she was outside the magnifier by quite a bit, and that's dropped the calculated average back down a little bit, which has brought my own and Kieran's not entirely, but almost entirely in the magnifier. So if I can come through you all, including yours, Wendy, and I will reiterate that I think it's important for the players' competition to note that we're talking about pace of the ball coming left to right towards the player in white and green, which has given us quite a tight line up from him, but explains the distance between our choices. So Wendy, we're talking about this calculated average, and if you're happy to move forward with this.
Yeah, I like the average there.
Yeah,
I think
Liam.
I'll make you right, Matt.
Great, Harry.
Yes, I'm quite happy with that decision.
Yeah, Hugh.
Yeah, very happy. I think it's balanced well, isn't it? Two left, two right, two above, and then Ari's almost bang on. So yeah, really good average.
Jenna.
Yeah, I'm happy as it is.
Kieran.
Yeah, Matt, I agree with what you've said. I think very much is dependent on the pace of the ball, and there's no genuine way of looking and seeing which way the ball, at what pace the ball is coming in. It could be coming in fast or slower. So I think that all the judges had credible positions, but perhaps that's better with a tighter cluster, I think, the way we've got it.
Yeah. Joe?
Yeah, I totally agree. I think, Wendy's actual position of a cross is credible, particularly after listening to the explanation. But with the pace of the ball, something that we can't really judge, and I think that just brings everyone in a little bit tighter. So yeah, I agree with removing Wendy.
Yeah, okay. So Santi, after myself as lead judge removing Wendy's choice, we've agreed as a panel to judge this calculated average with the remaining 7 choices taken into consideration.
Thank you. Well then, if you're all happy, if you can now please click submit. Well, thank you, judges. The coordinates selected are x2857, y868. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company ASETS to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process, and thank you all.
Thank you.